Today, we're going to talk about the most powerful, most complex machine in the known universe. And the wild part is, you carry one around with you 24/7. Yep, I'm talking about that supercomputer inside your skull.
So let me ask you something. Do you ever get that feeling where your brain just feels full? You know, with all the emails, the notifications, the endless stream of things you're supposed to read, it's so easy to feel like you've just hit your absolute mental limit. And look, that's a totally normal feeling. But what if I told you that the problem isn't your brain's storage space at all? What if that hardware you were born with is so much more powerful than you've ever imagined?
Okay, let's dive into our first section. We're talking about a monumental discovery that didn't just tweak our understanding of the brain, it completely blew it out of the water.
You see, for the longest time, scientists had a pretty conservative guess about how much stuff our brains could actually hold. But it turns out they weren't just a little bit wrong. They were off by a factor of 10, a whole order of magnitude. The big breakthrough came from a guy named Terry Sejnowski and his team at the Salk Institute. He basically announced that their research pointed to a memory capacity so huge it was almost hard to believe. At least a petabyte. So what in the world is a petabyte?
1 petabyte. That's a 1 with 15 zeros after it. Yeah, it's numbers so big it kind of breaks your brain to think about. So let's try to put it into perspective. Okay, so try to picture this. 1 petabyte is like having 4.7 billion books, or 670 million web pages, or, and this one's my favorite, 2,000 years of nonstop music. And all of that, theoretically, can fit inside your head. So the big question is, how, right? How is that even possible? Well, the secret isn't some magical part of the brain. It's all in the tiny, microscopic connections that actually form our memories. It's actually a really elegant process. When you learn something new, an electrical signal zips down a neuron until it hits this little junction called a synapse. Think of it like a bridge to the next neuron. And how big and strong that bridge is, that's what determines how powerful and lasting your memory will be. Now, this is where the old science really got it wrong. People used to think these synaptic bridges came in just a few basic sizes, you know, small, medium, and large. But Sejnowski's team found something amazing. There aren't just a few sizes. They found at least 26 different, distinct sizes. It revealed this whole new level of precision no one even knew was there. And that precision means that each one of these tiny synapses can store about 4.7 bits of information. Now, if you multiply that by the hundreds of trillions of synapses in your brain, well, that's how you get to a petabyte of storage. It's just a masterpiece of engineering. And if that wasn't already mind-blowing enough, get this. This incredible supercomputer, with all that storage, runs on just 20 watts of power. Your brain operates on the same amount of energy as a dim little light bulb. It's just stunningly efficient. So now that we know what our brain is capable of, how does this amazing internal supercomputer stack up against our biggest external creation, the internet? The internet, especially now with all our connected devices, is an absolute data-creating monster. I mean, projections show it'll be cranking out a mind-boggling 79.4 zettabytes of data every single year. So here's the bottom line. While the storage capacity of one human brain is huge, about 1 petabyte, it's absolutely dwarfed by the amount of data the internet creates. And just so we're clear, a zettabyte is 1,000 petabytes. So the internet isn't just bigger, it's operating on a completely different cosmic scale of data generation. Which, of course, brings us to this really fascinating paradox. If our brains have all this massive storage capacity, why do we feel so overwhelmed all the time? Why do we still forget where we put our keys? Well, the answer is something called cognitive overload. That feeling of being totally swamped isn't your storage space filling up. It's more like your brain's processor is hitting a major bottleneck. Think of it like this. You have a gigantic warehouse, a petabyte-sized warehouse, but you only have a small crew and maybe one forklift to move everything in and out. The problem isn't the space, it's your bandwidth. Our attention and our ability to actually process information, that's our forklift. And it can only do so much at once. And this leads to this funny trick our brains play on us, which researchers call the knowledge illusion. We don't really separate the info that's stored neatly in our own heads from the info that's out there in the world, in books, on our phones, or even in the minds of our friends. if we can access it easily, we feel like we know it ourselves. And this really brings us to the biggest takeaway of all, that feeling of being overwhelmed. It isn't a design flaw. In a way, it's a feature. Our real superpower isn't just the petabyte in our skull, it's our amazing ability to tap into this huge shared network of knowledge. We're actually built to rely on each other's expertise. Our intelligence is collective. Hey, if you enjoyed looking at your own brain in a totally new light, go ahead and subscribe to Zero Facts for more explainers just like this one. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And finally, I've got a question for you. Knowing the incredible capacity of your own mind, what's one piece of knowledge or one single memory that you've stored in there that you absolutely treasure? Let us know down in the comments below.